Questions. We finished up preparation, normal Thursday for us. Working through a number of, scenarios that could, affect the game situations. But, our guys are prepared for anything. Special teams, we worked on, everything from squib kicks to, wet ball situations. So, we're prepared. We're ready to deal with the elements. And, we booked a hotel for a couple extra days just in case. And if we got to play Sunday or Monday, we'll be down there and ready to play. So our guys are excited. We're not really concerned about the weather. As long as it's not lightning, our guys are ready to play. So I know you probably have a lot of questions about the weather, but I really can't control that. My control has been on handling the circumstances of preparing our team, and we got one more day tomorrow to clean up a couple of things within our base offense, defense, and special teams, and we'll get on a plane, and we're excited about going down to Clemson. So with that, questions?
Your travel schedule going there hasn't been altered?
It has not, no. Flying chartered.
Has there been any talk about changing the time of the game?
No, I have not. There was a conference call today with the ACC just about games and potential changes in our game. There was nothing that was talked about relative to times and changes.
You once mentioned wind. I think it's the only thing that used to affect your offense on this role. Has that been mitigated a little by the fact that it's become kind of run heavy?
Well, I've always liked to throw the ball in the rain, because you know where you're going, and but we'll take it as it comes, and I still think the ideal situation is to try to maintain as much balance and as you can, and I think we were with using a wet ball all week, and our quarterbacks can handle a wet ball, and I'm not really that concerned, quite frankly, about it. Yeah, he's much better. He was out there today practicing, but we're not going to play him this weekend, so we're going to keep him out, and we're certain that we'll have him back for Navy. He had a really good week, took all of his reps, moved around very well, and expect him to have an active role in what we do.
And Max, what kind of week of practice did Max?
Max was taking all first-team reps, fully engaged in what we're doing. Will be a major part of our defensive structure.
Coach, do you like the approach this team has taken this week? It seems like they've shown a lot of maturity just when we talked to them.
Yeah, I mean, I've really liked, their demeanor from, camp, and just the way they've reported, and their focus and determination, how they've handled adversity, and, their preparation this week. So, it's a group that doesn't have any excuses, that, they're going to play hard. They'll lay it all out on the line for their teammates and Notre Dame, and they'll play their hearts out. And they expect to win. And they know they've got a great opponent in Clemson, and it's going to be a tough atmosphere, but they're looking forward to that. That's the satisfying thing about playing this game, is that they get a chance to go on the road, play a ranked opponent in a very difficult environment, and they've got to overcome that, and maybe overcome weather conditions. That's why it's a great game to play, and they can overcome all those things and really feel good about it. So they're excited.
Is the calm confidence across the board, maybe because you feel good in so many areas? Not just offense, defense, but your punter's doing great, and I'm sure you've been working with the kickers, and hey, it could come down to you this time.
Absolutely. I think that there's a trust amongst all of the guys that they can go in and get the job done. There's no question about it. I think there's always that sense when you believe in your teammates, that there's a confidence that comes with that, certainly. So we've got that right now, and we need to continue to build on it.
Brian, I know that when we ask questions about the weather, we're usually thinking about the offense, but from a defensive standpoint, are there things Brian and the defense can do that would help, let's say, force turnovers? Is that part of the thinking in terms of that?
Well, I think that's certainly, when we talk about tackling, and, we run our tackling circuit, every Tuesday and Wednesday with that in mind of first man in's wrapping up, second man is obviously trying to punch the ball out. So that was a point of emphasis this week, and I think it'll continue to be that each and every week, but obviously that comes to light even more, in these kinds of conditions.
Brian, Justin, what's the difference you're seeing in this operation maybe from the kid you saw at the beginning of camp who was just hitting everything effortlessly and to someone who missed a couple extra points here?
Yeah, a bit of a punch where he's not getting his right hip firing through, but his routine was really good this week. We changed up our film the last week in that we have our intercut now on him. One of our pieces has a camera right on him, so we can get him and his steps down. And what we noticed is that on his 2 misses, he's just not firing his right hip through, kind of punching at it a little bit. And made the correction this week, and he was 8 for 8 today on his kicks in rather windy conditions, and every single one of them was exactly what we needed to see with his right side firing through. So I wasn't really concerned. His makeup is really good. He's not a guy blaming anybody. It wasn't bad hold, or I didn't get the spot, or any of that crap. He's just like, I gotta finish those kicks, and he was the first one to say I didn't finish those 2 kicks, and he was the first one on it. And I watched film with him. He saw it and made some self-corrections. I feel really confident he'll be on.
How early in the week did you know that confidence wasn't going to be a thing for him? It was just physical. You didn't have to worry about the mental.
I knew during the game when I talked to him. I brought him over to the bench and talked to him, and I could tell it wasn't, hey, it's this guy's fault, or the snap was too high, or the hold wasn't exactly right. He was like, I didn't finish. And it was exactly what I thought I saw as well. And so we were on the same page, and I let it go from there. And then I watched it on film, saw a similar thing. Scott Booker saw the same thing. So we were all on the same, it was an accord that we all had. And he finished very well today, and I was really pleased with what we saw.
You've been coaching in the Midwest a long time. Do you have a reference point as far as the worst weather game ever, sideways rain?
Oh, yeah. Rain, no question. Central Michigan versus Army at West Point. I remember the rain was so hard that it went through the stands onto the field. It was running down the steps at West Point, and it was so difficult to even see out on the field. That was the worst rain. And snow, it would be certainly Grand Valley, where they were going to cancel the game unless our team shoveled the field. So we shoveled the entire field and then beat, I think, IUP 56-0. So we had a little left in us. So those are probably the 2 that stand out to me. So this should be easy. We don't have to shovel any snow off the field.
Brian, I guess we've been asking everybody, all the players this, and a lot of them have the same answer, but do you have the loudest play you've ever been?
Michigan was without question the loudest, and I don't think anything's going to be able to top how loud that was that night. It was deafening.
Do you think the rain might quiet the Clemson crowd a little bit?
Well, I told our team the best way to quiet the crowd is to play well, and that's what we need to do. If we play well, we'll be able to control a lot of that. If we don't play well, then it should be one of the loudest places we've ever played, and that's not a good thing.
Does tempo ever come into play on that?
Sure.
Maybe take a little longer on the clock to slow the crowd down?
No, I think playing fast can help in that situation. For us, slowing down. Anytime the quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage, they want to be feeling like they're controlling communication. If we do very little communication at the line, the better. And so, we feel like that could be something that could be helpful as well.
Brian, when we get into these games now with you, when there's all this white noise going on, you just see you kind of even keel first came to Notre Dame, was there at least some culture shock with that? The first maybe couple of these type of games?
Did you see me against South Florida? I think that was a big game for me. Yeah, I think I've settled into it. But no, certainly, the first year at Notre Dame, you're adapting to everything. But when you do play, just at Notre Dame itself before 81,000 is enough to acclimate yourself to all settings. And you guys are probably a little bit immune to it yourself, being in front of 81,000, but it's a pretty loud and I think now a pretty eventful place. It gets you ready for the other environments that you go into. We've been to Oklahoma and Florida State and Michigan State and Michigan, and so we're kind of used to it now.
Anything else?
Good.